We're holding this event today because we are facing some significant challenges, not just the financial climate, that's a given, but the challenges and the expectations on us from the people that we serve, the politicians and ourselves. We're always striving to get better. I would want delegates to take away from today that they're essential in delivering services to the communities that we serve, as leaders and as service deliverers. And today they've had a great opportunity to develop a network to assist them in doing that as well.
The main purpose of the presentation is to show that the way people perceive the systems and processes in the organisation is absolutely essential as to whether they will or won't change their behaviour. The one key message is that if you want people to change their behaviour, that's the work of leadership, not just technical processes in organisations.
The purpose of my presentation was to focus on how an organisation needs to readjust when external circumstances change profoundly, and what the leadership role is in that, but also actually how that's done by focusing on what matters to service users and citizens. The one key message is to be very clear on method and to be consistent around how you apply that method, to understand that you will make mistakes along the way, that when that happens it's more around reflecting and trying to apply the method even better.
Well, my presentation is called Make No Mistake, and it's based on a workshop I attended in Milton Keynes this July, which was presented by an American quality guru called Martin Hinckley. So I'll be picking the keynotes, in my opinion, from that 2-day workshop. So the one key message I would like delegates to take away, I'd like to generate some curiosity and interest in the subject of mistake proofing. If that fails, hopefully people will get some life skills from my session, like drawing pigs and not putting petrol into a diesel engine.
This workshop's all about learning from failure, and some of the points I'm trying to put across are that failure is inevitable in lots of situations and we shouldn't try to hide away from that. What we should be doing is identifying it happens, asking people to come forward, but learning the lessons very importantly, because if you bury failure, when things do go wrong, you can sometimes have a very catastrophic event. So it's better to surface them, learn the lessons, and it's also very critical in continuous improvement and helping innovation. There are 3 key messages that have come out from this session on learning from failure. One is to understand the context, that in some cases failure shouldn't really happen because it's predictable and preventable events. Other cases in innovation you probably want to be failing and learning the lessons. So that's the context important. The second point is that you should encourage people to report failure when it happens and you embrace them on that point. And then the third point is ultimately everything we should do is learn from the failure and make things better.
The presentation today is about how you go about preparing organisations for improvement. And the question that stands behind that is, what are improvement practitioners for and how can they influence organisations to deliver the legitimising purpose, the idea that the organisation was formed to deliver. The one key message is that organisations should be built around delivering continuous improvement. But too many organisations are built around control, status and identity. They run for the benefit of the people within the organisations, particularly at the middle and the top of the hierarchy, and they forget the original legitimising purpose they were there to deliver.
Well, today I'm going to talk about, really the first thing I'm going to talk about is how if you look at the UK public sector over the last 35 years, from all governments, from Thatcher through to the current government with Cameron, regardless of their political stripe, they've all done the same thing in the name of public sector reform. So things like industrialising services, call centres, back office, shared services, outsourcing, IT-led change, targets, inspection, regulation, they've all done the same thing, no matter who you vote for. We've doubled our expenditure on local authority services over 35 years. We've trebled our expenditure into the health service, and do you know what? We've made it worse. The key message that I'll be putting across to delegates is that if you want to improve public services, don't have a plan, don't go buy a set of tools, study and get knowledge, and it's the knowledge that will help you redesign services and achieve a level of improvement you would never have in a plan.